Welcome back to Certified Beef, and welcome to the Beef Takeover. It's going to be a little bit of different episode this week. I'm taking control of everything this week. Brandon is just going to sit back and let me do my thing and just answer all my questions for him. And yeah, I'm taking over the reins for this week. But I will let Brandon get his shine and let him get into the Canha watch.
You couldn't have introduced it better. I couldn't have introduced it better myself. All right. So today, the day that we are recording, October 5th, 2022, this was the last day of the regular season. So I guess I'll touch on it in a moment, but our boy Mark Canha,
Your
uh,
boy, not my boy.
the podcast boy Mark Canha, he kind of hit a downslope to finish the year. He played in 139 games, which is his second most of his big league career so far. 121 hits, 12 home runs. So he didn't hit. It doesn't seem like he hit a single home run in a month. Ouch. Um, Batting average 264. So pretty average. 69 runs, pretty nice there. 58 RBIs, 761 OPS, and he finishes the year at a 2.3 wins above replacement. Jack, how do you feel about his season?
Um, Average, very mid.
Mark Canha is the definition of mid. He I don't know, he's that utility outfielder that will play you a good amount of games, so you can plug him in at first if you need him there. But yeah, very, very average for him this year. Nothing outstanding. But I think the Mets are probably happy with what they got from him this year. So that's cool. Are we talking about anything else, baseball, or should I
I mean, I feel like we definitely have to mention Aaron Judge.
go for it?
Finally, he did it. 62. Um, like I was just talking to Brandon about, I have never been so excited for something in baseball related. I don't know why, but this just watching everything with Judge has just been exciting. Looking at his stats and everything, it's insane. Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty incredible to watch. Um, yeah, I don't know. I really wish he would have won the batting title just because I think that would have been incredible. I think it would have been the one of the best offensive seasons we've ever seen in baseball history. I mean, it already is, but it could have been like close to the best if he would have won the triple crown. But he's obviously going to win MVP, which he deserves. I don't think it really should be debated, even though people still want to debate it. Because I don't think Shohei Ohtani should get the award just because he plays both positions. That's kind of stupid. You have to earn it. Which he's been good. But yeah, no, I think it's just important that we just recognize Judge. I know people are pissed off that he got thrown a meatball, but this dude has literally been thrown. He's been walked like numerous times. And I was talking to Brandon about it also. I think it was fucking bullshit by these teams that kept walking him when most of these teams had nothing to play for. Besides the Blue Jays, every other team had nothing to play for, and they continuously just kept walking him, even though he's leading off in games. Every game, he's leading off. So there is no place. There's first base, and you don't lead off a guy. You don't. Are you going to intentionally walk a guy to start the game? No. And they just kept walking him. So it took way longer than it should have because it shouldn't have been this many fucking pit walks and shit. But I mean, I guess they just improved his on base percentage. But still, yeah, it should have been done a long time ago. People became pussies, and records are meant to be broken. That's one thing. They always say records are meant to be broken, and it seemed like this one they just didn't want to break for some reason. But I don't know. I was very excited to see him do it though.
Still, we're both still in agreement that Barry Bonds is the true
No,
single
no, I
season
agree.
record
I'm just
holder.
saying
Yep.
it's the
Okay.
AL record. It's
Yes, the
that's still
AL
like
record.
important because
It is.
the AL and NL are still split up just because there's the AL and NL MVP. So that like there's two MVPs in baseball. So that's why I know people are freaking out, like making a big deal, like, oh, it's not the official, but it's still a record because in baseball, the ANL and AL are actually important things compared to all other sports where it doesn't matter conference wise for awards. This one and shit does. So that's why I actually think this is a pretty big accomplishment. Even though a lot of people are downplaying it. But yeah, no, Barry Bonds obviously still the home run king, but I still think this is pretty big in terms of baseball.
Yeah, for sure. It was a spectacular offensive season. I think most of the Yankees' success can be contributed to Aaron Judge and probably that pitching staff. He was a big reason for their hot start. Not so much when they cooled down because he was still playing super consistent and everything like that. But he like kind of put this team on his back on the in the batter's box and uh, made the Yankees what they are right now. It I'm I don't know, just because I'm a Twins fan, I'm glad that Luis Arias did win the batting title. But and also the triple crown should be more of a rare thing. This season definitely should have deserved it. But like
Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna happen, I know it's like very rare and like it won't happen very often. But if it's any season that like recently after Miguel Cabrera that would have happened, it should have been this season
oh yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. For sure. But like I was before we started recording, I was looking at the triple crown uh like who won it, and it was Miguel Cabrera in 2012, and then the last person before him to win it was Carl Yastrzemski in 1967. So that just shows how much more rare that this is. Even like I guess not compared to the home run record, they're pretty similar because I know Babe Ruth like he set the home run record every like 30 or whatever. So that's kind of what happened with the Triple Crown back in the old days.
Hmm.
But yeah, I want to ask you, is it a coincidence that the most notable home run, AL home run leaders in a single season have all been Yankees?
I mean, no, I mean, they're still just, I mean, the fact that they're a historic franchise and they are known for spending money, they get the best players. I don't think it's really, I think it's just a coincidence. I don't think it really factors into anything.
But you don't think that since like it's been Babe Ruth for like six times in a row, and then it was Roger Maris, and then you're telling me that not a single person from another AL team couldn't break 61 in all these years. It took another Yankee to do it.
I don't know. I'm just, I think it's just a coincidence. I mean, there's been good players that have become close, but I don't know. I don't, it's you. The thing is no matter what you do, no matter where you play, you still have to have an absolutely incredible season to
Oh
do
yeah,
this.
for sure.
So I don't think it really matters where you play or who you play for. I think you just have to have your best season ever to do something like this.
I think if there was like if JD Martinez, I think if he was like in his peak form like 2017, 2018, if he was on the Houston Astros, I think he could have broken this record for sure. Because you in Houston, you got those nice little Crawford boxes in left field. They're only like 314 down the line. That's not much for him to get it out there. So I don't know how much the stadium factors into it because even no matter where you play. Even if you play at Yankee Stadium, you do still have to play 82 games on the road or 81 games on the road. So you do
Yeah.
got to mash some balls out there also.
Yeah, and then I mean, I guess you could say like Kyle Schwarber. Would you say that Phil? I don't know what their stadium is called, but Philly. Would you consider that a hitter's ballpark?
Yeah, but that's not AL.
Well, no, I'm just saying. If you like hit like you put him in a scenario where I think he's got a hitter's ballpark. I think he could hit that too. Like he just rakes. He hit 45 home runs this season. In
Yeah, Mike Trout hit 40.
Yeah, I know. He could do it too. If he played, I don't know if the Angel Stadium is considered a
I
hitter's
don't
ballpark.
think it is. I think It
So
might be, but I'm not sure.
and the thing is with him too is I don't he has a very similar approach to Judge, and I don't think he's necessarily going to pull the ball as he definitely pulls it a little bit more than Judge, but
Hmm.
he definitely hits it to the right field lip. So you could if he had a full season like Judge did, I think he could definitely come close to 61 or 62.
But also something that we're overlooking that I just realized is you still got to have a good team around you to do it because
Hmm.
like Mike Trout, if he had a full season and he had the Yankees lineup, he would come a whole heck of a lot close to the Maris record because that Yankees team, even though they're not the best offensively, they still get around the bases a lot better than the Angels.
Yeah,
So,
plate appearances do
right,
have a lot of things to
exactly.
do with it.
Cause
Like
and
raw power too.
yes, and the fact that uh Aaron Judge was leading off definitely did not hurt his chances.
No, and I think that I don't think they really. I like the thing is people are like, oh, they probably did this because they wanted him to win the. He's been hitting leadoff for like the last 2 or 3 months. It's not nothing new. He's been hitting one or two in the lineup, I think, almost the whole year. So it's like, it's not really anything new. Like, it's not like they did this just so he could break the record. No, he's been doing this for a while because he's their best hitter. He has the best average on the team too. It's not like that's the one thing about it is like he's hitting 62 home runs and he hit over 300 this year. And that's the craziest thing about it, I think, too, is that normally guys that hit for power like this, you don't see them hitting over 300 or even close. Like I'm pretty sure Kyle Schwarber hit 45 home runs, and I'm pretty sure he's hitting below 250, but for sure.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He like his average at one point was like 210 or something. So that's what is also incredible about Judge is the fact that he's hitting that well. But yeah, no, just great season. But yeah, now and I know it's the playoffs, which are gonna be interesting. When do those do they start? When do they start? Next
Friday,
Monday, Friday?
Friday,
Oh
Friday.
shit. Wow, I did not know they started right away. I suppose they have to because it's a 3 game series now. Wait,
I
so
think
with
even if it
how
was
with
wild card, I think they would.
yeah, so with the wild card now, how it works, do they play all 3 games in one city?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's I did not know that. I mean, it
I'm
makes
pretty
more
sure they do.
sense.
I'm pretty sure it's a like just a standard 3 game series.
That's a huge advantage for all the home teams, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw this debate online. Would you rather play like in the AL? Would you rather play against Cleveland?
Repeat that.
Would you rather play against Cleveland or Toronto in the wild card? Like, who would you rather face if
Oh,
you're having to go travel
Cleveland.
somewhere?
Cleveland.
Yeah, that's what I was
100%.
saying. Yeah,
Toronto, their
that
fans are
stadium is
crazy.
insane.
Their
Yeah,
fans are crazy.
it's like it's that's like they're like one of the only stadiums or like one of the only places where I would say like truest also I like with the Braves I think where there like there's actual home field advantage. I don't think baseball really has a home field advantage just because with baseball you don't get as loud, it's not as much like
It's
cheering and
not as
stuff.
consistent. Yes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, so that's
football,
but like
football, you got like the every down on defense,
yeah.
you're screaming. I would say
Yeah.
baseball is the second or third in home field advantage though. Because I would put football first. I don't have any doubt about that.
Yeah, that's it's not even
And
close.
then I think basketball and baseball are kind of interchangeable because baseball, it's so much different than the other stuff because there's no time limit or anything like that. Like the field
I would
actually
say
changes.
the only thing about baseball is that you get a lot less fans at some places. So that's where I think it downgrades.
But if it's a something like the playoffs, that usually gets packed.
Well,
So
yeah, no, I don't disagree with
like
you.
just
Like
the
if you're talking
inherent.
playoffs, then I would say yeah, that's then. But like if you're talking in
Oh, a normal
general,
day, no, I would choose basketball. Like
I think
for like,
hockey is above it too.
but hockey, I don't know because I only feel like you really get loud for goals, and then like that's about it. Like you don't get a, I don't know.
Yeah, but playoff hockey though, they chirp the fuck out of the away team.
Oh yeah,
Chirp the
I
fuck out of the
understand
away
that.
team.
You can
But
also
that's
do
all.
that
That's
from the dugout seats though. Also,
yeah, but it's if the whole stadium's doing it, it's a lot different. Like that one, like I've never seen it, but like the one time Pittsburgh when they chirped Cueto in the wild
Oh
card
yeah, that
game.
was awesome.
Yeah, that doesn't happen that much in baseball. I wish I wish it did because it's awesome, but
I
I
don't
don't
know. I
know.
want to see more stadiums get the truest effect where they have that one niche thing that they do that makes it intimidating to play at because I don't know if you guys have seen or not, but each time I think they've been doing this for a while now too, since
Yeah,
Truist opens, that
I
each
think it's
time,
been, but well, they were doing it before Truist too.
even at Turner,
Oh, I think it's this Tom the chop has been going on for a long time.
but I mean where they black out the lights and everybody
Oh
gets out
no,
their
obviously
cell
not because
phone
they didn't have the technology.
and you do the tomahawk chop when the opposing manager comes to get the player. That's intimidating as hell. Like that
Yeah,
looks so awesome. Like I wish that all teams around baseball had something like that. No matter how bad or good you are, you have that something that separates you from everybody else.
yeah, exactly. No, I agree 100%. Well, I think we talked enough about baseball. I think we kind of got the gist of all of the recap of a lot of stuff, actually, more than we thought.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna get into football. We're gonna start off with a little segment that I like to call the quick sear. Uh, I'm gonna rifle off just a bunch of statements and questions, Brandon, and you're just gonna answer them and maybe give out your thoughts, and I'll also answer them too. But
Okay.
it's just it's gonna be like rapid fire. That's why it's a quick sear. You know, you gotta
Rapid
give.
fire. Okay.
Yep. All right. It's all football related too. So
I figured. I
it's
figured.
mainly teams. I didn't really go into players. I didn't really feel like doing that.
Okay.
So all right, I'm gonna just start it off and we're just gonna go. Most disappointing team.
So far this year.
Yep. It's all so far this year.
Oh boy. Let me hold on.
I would pull up the standings. I should have said that. I would definitely pull up the standings. Some of them won't you won't need them, but
Right.
I would say
NFL team standings. Oh boy. Um, let's see. Oh, I need to see the National Football Conference too.
yeah, like I said, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're getting put on the spot this episode.
Honestly, I'm gonna start out the Buccaneers. I think they got a pretty easy win in Dallas, and then they beat the Saints, not with the help of their offense. It was all defense in that game. And then they lose to Aaron Rodgers, who doesn't have receivers at home. The defense did not look that great that game, even though they only let up 14 points. They still kind of got picked apart by Lazard and Romeo Dobbs. And then this last game, who would they play? Am I forgetting?
Kansas City.
Kansas City. What? Oh yeah, that was not a good game either. Never mind. That was
Yeah,
an
no.
awful game.
Yeah.
Their defense has not been great this year. They are 0-2 at home, which you got to defend your home field. So that's been a they got to get that together. Like I know against the Packers, uh Mike Evans was suspended, Chris Godwin was hurt, Julio Jones was hurt, yada yada yada. You still got to find a way to win that game.
All right. Mine would be the Raiders just because playoff team last year. I know they did struggle a lot last year, like with all the stuff, and then they made a comeback towards the end. But I feel like this team got better, and they've had a very slow start, and especially winnable games. Like they were up a lot against the Cardinals. They could have. I mean, I know they've had to play in division, which is tough, but you had a winnable game against Tennessee that you just didn't really show up for, and then I guess you do get a win against Denver, but you didn't like impressive by any means. So yeah, no, the Raiders, I definitely thought they were got better this year, and I thought they could have been competitive. And yeah, no, they've definitely been very disappointing this year.
I think you could say the whole AFC West besides the Chiefs. That division is undersold so far.
Yeah, I mean
Chargers are
that's
2-2. I had them going 4-0 out the gate. I'm pretty sure.
okay. I
Broncos.
think I think a big thing with the Chargers though is definitely Justin Herbert though. I think that injury that
Oh yeah.
affected last week a ton. I That's the only thing. I think that you definitely. Plus, they did look really good this week too, offensively against Texans.
But
So
it's the Texans, so like,
yeah, but I mean, the Texans can be competitive, and they're at
yeah, that's
home. So
true.
I mean, I don't know. I just think that that's the one team that you might be. But I agree with you. The AFC West has been definitely a little disappointing. All right, next up, most surprising team.
Definitely. Uh, I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I did not see them coming out to like even a 2-2 start isn't impressive for them. They take down the Chargers in Los Angeles. They played the Eagles pretty tight for most of the game. I think the one of the big reasons they lost against the Eagles was because of the weather and Trevor Lawrence just could not hold on to the football. He fumbled it
Yeah,
like
no, I
five
agree.
times or whatever because it kept slipping out of his hand. So
Yeah,
I would say
yeah,
them or honestly the Seahawks because I think I have them going 2-12 or 2-15. So that's not like good.
yeah. I think I did too. Yeah, no. Mine actually would be the Cowboys. Not because I thought they'd be bad. I just think with Cooper Rush coming in, I think it's surprising that like I understand he did show up and win last year, but still a backup quarterback. He only had one start, so I know it's small sample size. So you don't I didn't expect them to keep this going. Like I didn't expect them to beat Cincinnati. I didn't really think they're going to beat the Giants either. But that defense is really good. And yeah, no, I just very surprised that they've been able to keep this up without Dak.
Also,
And I thought they were going to start 0-2 with Dak anyways. So that's what I think is very surprising.
yeah, the Bengals kind of flopped that game against them.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
also forgot the Dolphins. I was not expecting a 4-0 start from them.
3-1.
3-1. Yeah, 3-1. Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Next up, a team that is doing good or okay that needs to tank.
That needs a tank.
Yeah, that needs to start losing.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's doing okay, but needs a tank. I am going to. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. I'm gonna go with the Giants
I agree.
because like I don't know if I haven't been watching their games too closely or anything, so I don't know if Danny Dimes is doing good or not. I know he got injured, but he's obviously been playing solid enough where I don't hear about him. That's a good thing. But like that team still just needs to ever improve. So yeah, like I was surprised they got out to a 3-1 start. And I'm not sure how much more it's gonna last though, because they play the Packers this week. Um, I yeah, it's just they got a decently tough stretch coming up.
Yeah, I just the reason why I think that they need to tank the mostly though is because they've already expressed that Daniel Jones is not their guy because they didn't pick up his 5th year option next year. So they're going to be looking to move on from quarterback, and a 3-1 start is not looking good to get a better quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like they're probably going to have to sign someone in free agency more than drafting because 3-1 is going to be a hard way to come back. They might have to run the table losing wise to even have a chance at those top two guys.
But
So yeah,
also if they end up like with the seventh pick, that's not too bad to try and trade down
no,
to.
no, no, no. But yeah, I agree. But I just think that this is a way too good of a start for them to improve at quarterback.
Yes.
Next up, a team that is exceeding your expectations.
Isn't that the same thing as
I
surprise?
mean, surprising is different. Like expectations, like surprising.
Exceeding.
I mean, I think it might be a little similar, but like mine, I thought the Cowboys would still be good. I didn't think that like they'd be
Ah, fair
bad.
enough. Fair enough.
So
Um, I guess I guess we gotta go with either the Bears or the Falcons because I'm
fair, yeah,
pretty sure I know I had the Bears at 2-15 because Josh won't let me forget it. Uh, and they already have 2 wins this season somehow. And then the Falcons, I thought they were gonna be bad. They aren't that terrible actually. Like they're they could I could see them finishing with like 6 wins up in that range.
Yeah. My team is the Browns, mainly because didn't think they're going to win a game until Deshaun came back. So them actually winning football games is very surprising to me. So that's kind of
I
why.
I could see him winning this week because the Chargers are going to charge her every year. So,
Oh, dude, that's such a tough game. That game scares me for the
and it's
Chargers.
in Cleveland too.
Yeah, that game scares me so much for them, especially if Garrett actually comes back too without Slater. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, they put in Storm Norton again,
Yeah.
or he's been in there. One of the two.
Yeah. This one is kind of similar, but a team struggling out of the gates that you did not expect.
Oh, let me get back to it. Um, it it looks like it's gonna be Cincinnati. They, I think I put them that they would go 9-0 to start. Obviously, they lost their first two games. So, yeah, that defense just looked awful the first week. I don't know how, or the first 2 weeks, I guess, but I don't know how this offensive line has seemingly gotten worse with better players. Like, is that just a scheme thing? Is that an offensive line coach? Like,
I
because
think it's more that they just have to,
Lyle Collins is a good tackle. Alex Kappa is a
yeah.
good guard. Like, what's going on here? Like, I know
I
Jonah
think it's
Williams isn't that great, but
Yeah, I think it's more that they need a gel. I was listening to a part of my take, and they had Kyle Long on, and he was saying that sometimes it takes a offensive line group like 5 weeks into the season for them to fully gel as a whole entire unit. They have four new players on their offensive line. That
that is
is
true.
that is a lot. So it's hard, especially with just one off season, to really gel as a team. So that's kind of why I think they'll definitely improve more. Because if you look at the last 2 weeks, they've Joe Burrow has had a lot more time in the pocket and not sacked as much. So,
Yeah.
um, my team would be the Colts, mainly because I mean they look awful, but the fact that they had what seemed to be like, obviously the Texans are the worst team in the league right now, but what seemed to be a very like decent like little 2 game stretch coming out with the Texans and the Jags, you would think that they like we didn't expect the Jags to be this good, but it seemed like they could get two pretty easy wins, and then they tied and lost, and then they somehow beat the Chiefs, and then they kind of got shit on by the Titans. They kind of came back, but yeah, this team I thought was gonna be better. I thought they got an improvement in Matt Ryan, who was still pretty solid the last couple of years, but I don't know, that offensive line is looking rough. But yeah, that's a team that I did not expect to be this bad out of the start.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Quentin Nelson is struggling right now
Yeah,
because
which
I
is
know
not good.
he gave up a sack I saw last game. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's more difficult to do from the guard position than a tackle.
Did you see that one stat about Lane Johnson?
No,
He hasn't given up a sack since 2020, sometime in
damn,
2020. And yeah,
damn.
it's ridiculous. He's insane.
I do know though that the Colts offense line, as bad as they may be, Matt Ryan got to put two paws on that football when he gets sacked. Because
Oh,
I
he's
know
he's
a
he's
couple of
horrible.
sacks last game against the Titans, he had one where he's getting taken down and he hit the ball on his like stomach or something and it fumbled. Like,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
tuck it in, Matt. Come on.
All right. Next up, a team that needs to make a splash trade.
Ooh, I I think I'm going to go with either the Rams or the Chargers because I feel like both of those front offices are the type that would do that right now. Because the Chargers, they went out in free agency, they traded, they won whatever. They won that offseason, most likely. They're one of the teams that vastly improved. And then the Rams, what's the guy's name? It's Len something, the GM.
Oh, God, yeah, I don't know.
Let me see. Les Snead, not
Oh, Les
Len.
Snead. Yeah.
Les
Len. I
Snead.
mean, yeah.
He he loves to trade everything. So I could see them trading for more secondary help.
I just don't
Uh
know what they have left to trade is the only problem.
I think there's teams willing enough to take like a sixth rounder from them or something like that.
That's true. That
They
is
do
true.
need to get offensive line help.
Oh yeah.
That's for sure.
Bad. Yeah,
So
really bad.
I think they could make a splash trade. I don't know who they would trade, like who they'd get for the offensive line, but I could see them trying to target somebody.
Yeah. My team is actually the Bills. I just think they need to go trade for Saquon or
Oh,
some running back. I think they need to do that. I felt like honestly, that team is so good. Give up your first round pick for Saquon. I know that sounds insane, but they need a like I know Devin Singletary has been pretty solid this year, but I think they need a running back dynamic enough to change to have some sort of parity
so it's
to
not a
the offense.
committee.
So it's not a committee too.
The only
I
committee that works is the Eagles right now.
yeah. Oh, the Packers.
And I'm not sure that's really committee though, because that's only
That is
two
definitely
dudes.
that's still a committee.
Is it? I don't know. You got
Yeah,
your
that's
power
definitely a
back.
committee.
I guess then the Lions are also committee. So
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Two people is still committee because there's a lot like the 49ers really only rush with two players and they
I
are always known as committee.
I feel like
Right
it
now
should
they
be
are.
three.
It's
Three is a
that's
committee
I would still consider two
because you got
just
your
because.
power back and you got your elusive
But the
back.
thing is, you could consider it a committee because of how much each player touches the ball.
True.
It normally a two running backs obviously touch the ball both games, but like if you look at like Dalvin, he touches the ball way more than Madison.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but I just think the Bills need to do something like that. Just something or just some really solid running back that will change the dynamic of their offense.
Who is
Not that they
the
need to run the ball that much. They just need to be able to run the ball at least a little bit.
who's their who's playing right now for Micah Hyde?
I don't even know. But I don't know who it is. Honestly, I don't even know.
And I also heard something that Kier Elam or whatever his name is, the rookie corner out of Florida, is not doing too hot either. So they
He
need
hasn't been
Tre'Davious White to
that
get
bad.
back.
Yeah, they do need him back, but he'll be back soon. So, all right, next up, the team that needs to sign OBJ.
Ooh. So I feel like most people would be like, oh, it's gonna be should be the Bills. But like Gabe Davis is a good second, but isn't he out right now?
He's been horrible since he got back.
Has he been?
Yeah, he's been awful.
The Buccaneers, there's just too many mouths to feed there. They need a tight end. That's what they need.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh man. Which team needs to or where
Yeah,
should he
which
go?
what team needs to sign OBJ?
The team that needs to sign OBJ, it has to be the Packers. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I
It has
agree.
to
I
be the
agree. It
Packers.
it has to be the Packers. They
There's
cannot let him get away.
there's no other way around it. Christian Watson has not been it right now. Romeo Dobbs has looked good. And then it's Randall Cobb is in there a little bit, and then it's Alan Lazard. Like, if you get OBJ, you get like the top tier corners on him. Alan Lazard will flourish because that's what his role was with Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
He is a premier secondary receiver. That's so they need to get that guy that will draw attention away from Lazard.
I think it really depends on how Dobbs does, but I think just like that guy who has won before is a winner, has that experience, has is really good still. Even though we don't know what he's going to look like, I still think he'll be good.
Oh yeah,
But I
he'll
think
be fine.
a guy like that with that confidence coming in, I think they need a guy like that, and I think that's a guy that Rodgers could flourish with. But yeah, no, I think I agree. I think the Packers can't let him pass up because if anyone goes down, your Sammy Watkins is your next option. Let me throw up in my mouth.
And
That's
is he still
gross.
injured?
Yeah, he got hurt. He's on like IR or something.
Yeah.
He's horrible. So he's already injured. So that doesn't even matter. All right. Next up, a good team that will miss the playoffs.
Uh,
So when I did this, like on this one, I kind of went like a team that's like 2-2 or better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, based off that, I'm gonna say the Jets, but I will not say that right now. Uh,
Okay, that would have been a cop out answer.
it would have been. Boy. Cause like I feel like I could say the Jaguars right now, but they're in decent spot to win the AFC South. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure they
agree.
turn it around.
I
And
100% agree. Their
there's
schedule's so hard.
they're in the AFC West. Nathaniel Hackett. I do you think he's gonna get fired after this year if they don't make the
No,
playoffs?
no, no,
Like,
no. Their expectations were way too high, and I don't think they will fire him if he misses the playoffs.
but like, how do you hire a clock management coach? How do you do that? It's an
No, that's
NFL head
smart.
coach.
That's smart, honestly. I think that's smart.
But you should be able to manage the clock on your own.
Well, no, he didn't. It was a game. It's like a game manager. It's more. I think it's more just like I think he's just stressed out as a coach because he has all these expectations. He has so much shit going on. Plus, I'm pretty sure he's calling the offense too, isn't he?
I'm not sure. Well, he's
I'm
not
not
doing a
sure
very good
either.
job of it then.
No. Yeah, no, I agree. Their schedule is so hard. I know this team I didn't think their schedule was that bad coming out the start, which it really isn't compared to the rest of their schedule, but I just expected this team to be a lot better. And they're obviously my divisional winner for this division, but I thought their defense would be better too, and their defense has been somewhat subpar. So
It's still better than their offense, though. That group has not
yeah.
looked good together at
Yeah,
all.
no.
They're using so many damn tight ends too. Don't they use like four?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
It's a lot.
It's hard to watch at some points. Well, yeah, because they're bringing in the Packers thing, and the Packers used a lot of two tight end sets last year, and it was
But like,
when
you
running.
should not have four tight ends catching a ball every single game. That's a
Yeah, I don't
lot.
know.
You,
I don't know. It's
especially
hard
when
to
you got
watch.
Jerry Judy and Cortland Sutton,
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's
and now Javante goes down for the year, and you got to rely
yeah,
on Melvin Gordon who fumbles every single game. Like, it's not looking too hot for the Broncos,
yeah. It's so bad. All right, next team, a team you wouldn't expect to make the playoffs.
but it's going to.
No, that's kind of what it meant. A team that
Okay.
you wouldn't expect to make the playoffs.
Um, I think I wouldn't expect to make the playoffs. It's got to be the Jaguars right now, just because the
I
AFC
agree.
South is so booty. But like
They're just
that,
known for being so bad, though. That's why it's like you wouldn't expect
yeah.
them to
Like
make
the
the
last
playoffs
time we
still.
said there was a good Jaguars team was 2017. That's
And that
crazy to
team
think
was
about.
good. That
That
team
team was
was good.
elite. Well,
Yeah.
no, their defense was elite. Blake Bortles
Yeah.
was average,
Yeah, he was.
but like that division's still way too much up for grabs right now. Like once we see the Jaguars like play the Titans down the line,
That's true. That will be a big test because they've already played the Colts and we already saw what they did to them. So
right?
them
But
playing the
also
Titans,
like that's nothing new for the Jaguars to beat up at the Colts in Jacksonville.
that's true.
So I don't know, man. It's the AFC South is just so bad. I could see the
Yeah.
Texans could come back to win the division, man.
Okay, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. All right. Next up, a team that you really enjoy watching.
Wow, that's not a quick sear.
No, but I mean, I'm just rifling off questions.
That I enjoy watching. Ooh, I think it's gonna be the Eagles.
All right.
They got their ground game is explosive, even though they go like four deep most games. Devontae Smith and AJ Brown are a top five wide receiver duo in the NFL, and that
Hot
defense is
take.
pulling. Huh?
That's a hot take.
Is it
It's a little bit of a hot take, I
a
would say.
little
I
bit?
think
Okay.
I think yeah, it's a little
I,
warm.
oh yeah. Okay. And that defense has been very, very good so far. So I think Like they're just doing it right on all sides of the ball. That's that's yeah.
Okay, so mine is definitely total opposite of yours. Mine is the Lions. If
That's a
we could have
fair. That's
games,
fair.
if we could, I would, if there's one game like this every week, I would not complain. I love Dan Campbell, and a game that goes 45, 48 to 45 scoregami. If that, if that happens every week, I would not complain. That is entertaining. It's so entertaining.
The only problem is I just want to see more like interceptions and stuff like that. The Lions are not going to provide you with that.
No, but still, it's still
Their
pretty a
offense is
shootout.
super entertaining. Their defense is frustrating.
That's what I'm saying. But like a shootout like that every week would be so fun to watch. It's so
It
fun.
would
Like
be.
that on Red Zone, that game is just everywhere. It's so nice. Oh my God. I love the Lions. I love watching Lions.
I joined I'm just gonna say this because why not? But in like Madden 23, I joined the Lions as a wide receiver because I wanted to play for Dan Campbell, but they just made Jared Goff so bad that he can't make any passes.
Yeah, I know. All right. Next up, a team you would turn the TV off before watching.
Oh, the Bears. It's the Bear. It's either the Bears or the Panthers.
Oh,
They both because the Bears, you said they haven't scored more than 20 points in a game, except for against
besides,
the Texans.
yeah,
And that's nothing to brag about.
no, no.
Uh it ooh, yeah,
Wait, did
it's
they put up 20 points against the Packers? No,
no,
no, they only put up 10. Never mind.
yeah. I just don't understand how a quarterback can have less completions than a single receiver. Like a whole team has less completions than multiple receivers. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
and like there's a stat that shows like his the Bears wide receivers can't get open and Justin Fields is getting pressured a whole lot. So like it's just a recipe for disaster in Chicago.
Yeah. Mine is the Steelers. Their games fucking suck. They're awful. They're so hard to watch. Their offense is horrible. Without TJ Watt, that defense isn't that fun to watch. Their games are just disastrous. I cannot stand them. Plus, I don't have to watch them that much because I don't watch their games, and Red Zone doesn't put them on that much. So, yeah, no, they're fucking awful. You will not catch me turning on a Steelers game this year. They are just, it's so bad. It's all right. Yeah, yeah, that's enough for me. I don't need to talk about them that much. All right, next up, outside the Vikings, your favorite team this year?
Because normally I would probably say the Buccaneers or the Chargers, but they haven't looked that good. So, and like the Bengals would usually be up there. It's got to be the Jaguars. I'm going with the Jaguars because they're just that feel good story right now, and everybody loves that underdog until I see them failing eventually, but right now it's gonna be a good ride until it ends.
Mine is the Bills. Still, I fucking love the Bills.
Or
I
I would even say the Lions are up there too, but like
Yeah, they are. They
as
are.
long as they don't play the Vikings, they're up there.
Yeah,
Because
like the Bills are so I don't know. They're just their games are just always entertaining. They're just a good football team too.
yeah, because yeah, nothing more to add.
All right. Next up, a division you think is already over. This is a very much an overreaction,
This is
but
hard because a lot of them are clustered.
yeah, but a division you think that is already over after week 4.
I think there's only one you can say, and that's the NFC East.
You don't think the South?
The
I think the
NFC South.
South is more over than I don't think anyone's going to beat the Bucks. Because I think the thing is, okay, never mind. I'll talk about it later. But yeah, I just don't think anyone's going to beat the
The
Bucks. So
Falcons have outscored the Bucks though by
the Bucks,
20 to
okay,
21
okay,
points.
okay, Brandon. Who do you think is going? to They play the Falcons this week. Who do you think is going to win
Hold on, let me
in
see if
in
it's
Tampa Bay?
okay. I did not put the. I think it's gonna be a close game. I was honestly debating that as putting as the Falcons as my underdog, but I did not. It's
Holy
probably gonna be
shit.
the. No, I was. It's probably because it was 5.5. I think they can keep it within that, but it's probably gonna be the Buccaneers because Marcus Mariota can only take you so far, and Cordell Patterson is now on IR.
That's huge.
That
That
is
is,
huge. So I guess you do have a point because if the Falcons start to slip without Cordero, then it could very well be over. But at the moment, the I'm still taking the NFC East because the Eagles have been leaps and bounds above everybody else, except for
I
maybe
think
the
that
Dolphins and the Bills.
I literally think that division's over already too. I know that
Yeah.
the Cowboys are 3-1 and so are the Giants, but I don't know if the Cowboys can beat the
I
Eagles.
don't think either of them have like long term, like longevity this year.
And the Eagles have the easiest schedule in the NFL this year.
Do they?
So
Oof.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if
They
they keep playing like this, they could go 17-0.
Yeah, I think they already won the division. I don't know if the Cowboys can come back because I don't think they're gonna win both games against the Cowboys, or I don't think they're gonna lose both games to the Cowboys.
No, no, no.
No. All right. A team that will struggle to make the wild card
I will struggle to make the wild card.
that you think could make the playoffs, but is gonna
Yeah, that
struggle
could.
to make the wild card.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. They have looked not good this year. Lamar has looked fantastic. Mark Mark Andrew. Mark is that yeah, that's his name, right? I'm having a
Andrews.
Mark Andrews. Yeah, okay. Yeah. He's been fantastic. That receiving core has been pretty solid. That defense just cannot lock down games at all.
Yeah.
So this week, Sunday Night Football is gonna be a big test to see
Yeah,
uh
that's a huge game.
if they're for real or not because they're facing the Bengals at home in Baltimore. It like if the Bengals come back to beat them, like from like a 10-point deficit or whatever, entering the fourth quarter, the I could say that the Ravens might miss the playoffs right then and there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dicey.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to struggle to make the wild card. They were easily in the playoffs last year. Not much, but they're in a very competitive division, and their wins are like I guess one of them is impressive, but the Rams haven't looked that good. But they lost the Rams, and then they beat the Panthers and um uh the Raiders, and then they lost to who did they lose to week one? Oh, they got
They
killed by the Chiefs.
they barely beat the Raiders too.
Raiders.
It
Yeah,
took two
yeah.
Hunter Renfro fumbles.
Yeah, so that's when it's they don't seem like they can be good teams and they're gonna struggle to win close games, seems like. So yeah, that is definitely um team that I think will struggle to make the wild card. And finally, your Super Bowl favorite.
Easy answer is the Bills, but I don't feel like going that route.
Okay, that's my answer. I still think the Bills are the favorite. That's my
Well,
favorite to win the Super Bowl still. I don't know. Seemed really high on the Eagles.
I do, but I also don't like the Eagles. That's the issue.
Well, I hate the Eagles too, but they're a good team.
They are a
They're a
good
really good
team.
team.
I picked the Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year, and that's not looking too hot right now.
Ugh, I had them in the Super Bowl and it looks horrible.
But also now that Tom Brady he's gonna clear his mind and he's gonna take that team to win the rest of the season. So
Dude, I think that could be a huge thing too. I think that's gonna be huge. Like it's gonna be either bad or good.
yeah, I still think he's gonna be done no matter whatever the season. But
Oh yeah, 100%.
Super Bowl favorites. Yeah, no, I'm gonna just piggyback off you. We're going the Bills.
All right,
We're just
all
gonna take
right,
the Bills.
fine. That's fine. All right. Next up, this is gonna be a lot quicker. Don't really have to explain ourselves on this one. It's called the panic button. Are we pressing the panic button on these teams? I'm gonna name teams that are some of them might be 3-1 just because of circumstances, or they're gonna be 2-2 or worse. All right, I'm just gonna go quick and yeah, I'm just gonna name teams. You just tell me no, yes or no, and then if you have a little splurge on this, what to say. But yeah, all right, Ravens.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not there yet either. If yeah, this week was definitely a big. It's getting scary. It's a little hot. All right, the Bengals.
No.
All right, same. No, not also on them. Now this one I don't know. This one I was close on actually. The Dolphins.
How long is Tua out? We don't know how long Tua is out.
I think he's out at least 2 weeks. I'm
At
pretty
least two
sure.
weeks. So
At
he's not going to be
least.
playing the Vikings.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I know that they say he's still in concussion protocol, but I think they're going to be a lot safer about this. I think there's a chance that he doesn't play till, and I think I'm not totally sure. Oh no, they have a late bye. Never mind. I thought they might have week 7 bye. They don't.
Still no,
Yeah,
because
I was actually close saying yes, but no.
they're in a
The
easy
Colts.
division
Oh yeah, go.
besides the Bills.
Yeah,
Because the
yeah,
Patriots without Mac Jones are pretty much nothing. They're the worst in
yeah,
the division right now. I
yeah. I
think
agree.
Teddy Bridgewater's a above average backup, so I think I got faith in him.
Yeah. All right. The Colts.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I am 100% smashing it. The Chargers.
No.
Neither am I. The Broncos.
Yes.
Yes, I'm also hitting that. The Raiders.
Yes.
Yes, same. The 49ers.
This is oh yes.
Hey, I'm no, just because I think they're the best team in the division so far.
So far, I would agree with you, but I still think the Rams are going to be better than them at season end.
Yeah. The Rams.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm 100%. I'm pressing the panic button on this team. They cannot beat good teams. They have beat two bad teams in their wins. All right, I guess the Cardinals aren't bad, but still, they have not looked impressive after the Super Bowl.
Not at all.
Cardinals.
Yes.
Yes, I'm also smashing the panic button. They look rough. All right, finally the Bucks. Threw this one in there.
No, because I think a lot of it has to do with injuries. They get everybody healthy, they're fine.
Yeah. Mine, I'm a little nervous just because that defense looked really good, and now I'm very nervous. But no, basically because their division, they still have 5 more games in the division, and they have what 12 or 15 or what? How many games is there left? 11, and they have to play 5 in the division, and they could go 5-0.
But
So
they
that's
did, and they also did escape Tom's toughest place to play in the Caesar Superdome in
that's
New Orleans
true.
with the win. So it
So
should be pretty smooth sailing from there.
yeah. All right. Well, that is done with the panic button. Next up, we're just gonna go through each game, say one thing about it, and then we're just gonna go on from there. All right. First up, Giants versus Green Bay in London.
I think the Giants could win this game, but Zeke or not Zeke, Saquon's got to have a big game, and that defense has to show out more than it usually does. But I think the Packers are they're more likely to win this game.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna be sleeping because there's no chance I'm waking up for this
That
game.
too.
All right. Detroit versus New England.
If Swift and St. Brown were playing, I would easily hammer
Is St. Brown
Detroit.
playing? I think
No,
St.
they're
Brown
both
might play.
out. They're
They're
both out.
both out.
Or
I know Swift is, but
I'm pretty
St.
sure they
Brown's
are
out.
both. They are both trending downwards to
Ooh, that's
not
not
play.
good. I
So
know
I
Swift ain't gonna play, but I
right.
didn't know about St. Brown.
Like Jared Goff is still. I'm still taking him as a quarterback over Bailey Zappi, but I think the New England defense is going to do more.
That really scares me about my picks now. I did not know that St. Brown wasn't playing. That's okay. Yeah, this game, this could be a fucking weird game. The Lions with Dan Campbell, lot of frustration so far with them, and then you got Bailey Zappi. This is gonna be a fun game. All right, Chargers at Cleveland.
I think even if Miles Garrett plays, the Chargers are going to win. Keenan Allen's still out though, isn't he?
I don't think he's gonna play. He's hasn't practiced yet this week.
Yeah, so I think he's out, but Mike Williams is still a good receiver. Yada yada yada. Gerald Everett is having a phenomenal season,
Yeah,
and that defense isn't bad. So I'm taking the Chargers, but they are going to Charger at some point again this season. I'm just not
yeah,
sure if it's this game. It could be
yeah.
though. It very well could be.
Oh, this is such a trap game. Oh my gosh. They looked really good last week, and then this game just screams trap game after the Browns came off a loss. Kind of heartbreaking loss in a way. Yeah, big trap game here for me. Houston versus Jacksonville.
Just like the Chargers Charger, the Jaguars are going to Jaguar at some point. Don't think it's this game though. Uh that I think Jacksonville wins this one pretty handedly.
I think this is their prove it week. I think this is a prove it week showing that they're the baddest in the NFC South, I think, or just prove that they can beat up on the bad teams still. I think this is a big test for them actually. Even though it's Houston, I think it's a big test to show who they are as a team. Atlanta at Tampa.
Like I said, I could see this definitely being a closer game, but now that I keep realizing that Cordero is out, and that defense isn't that good, I think that the Bucks will win, especially since Godwin's gonna be there, Evans is gonna be there, Julio might be there. So
Uh this is their get right week. It's gotta be. They gotta get back in the win column this week, or else the panic button definitely will be pressed after that.
all right, what's next?
Next up we got Pittsburgh at Buffalo.
I this is tough because the Steelers beat them in Buffalo last year. I feel like a 14-point spread is a massive spread.
There is no TJ Watt though, too.
There is no TJ Watt. Their cornerbacks are not good. Diggs is gonna eat against them. Like, it's just the Bills are gonna win. Like that's I'm pretty confident in saying that. But like I feel like it could be. There is a very good chance it could be closer than 14 points.
This is going to be one of those games where the Bills just have a shit ton of fun. And the Bills Mafia is just going to have a blast that day, and they're just going to relish about how good their team is. And
Is
it's
this
pretty much
gonna
just,
be a worse like final score than when the Bills played the Titans?
oh, it could be. It could be. It could be that bad. I don't know.
What's the
It could,
over under on Kenny Pickett picks for this week?
oh, I don't know. Who do you think is better team, Tennessee or Pittsburgh?
Oh,
Yeah, because
that
if you think Tennessee is better, this game is going to be atrocious.
I do think Tennessee is better because
This
they
game
got
is going to
Derrick
be
Henry
atrocious.
and they got better. They got a much better secondary besides Minka
This
Fitzpatrick, and even
this
Kevin
game
Byard
is
is not even that far below him.
this game is going to be so bad. Now that I think about it, though, now that you just brought it up, I didn't even think about that. This
What?
game is going to be so unbelievably bad for Pittsburgh. They're going to get the wheels run. I'm Now that you say that, I'm surprised this spread isn't higher.
It's I don't know. The point
I'm
it's
surprised.
still at point 0.5 interceptions for but the
I'm su-
over the over is negative 234 for Kenny Pickett picks.
Oh wow, they think he's really going to throw one. I mean, he threw three last week, but I mean, they weren't really his fault. But still, this game is going to be so bad.
Yeah, it probably should
This
be.
this honestly, this is a game where the spread could be in -20. That's how bad this is going to
That's-
be.
I just feel like it's all disrespectful, but it's also probably earned.
Yeah, it is. Oh my god, this is going to be so bad. Red zone is just going to be showing Bills touchdown after Bills touchdown. Oh my god. And Kenny Pickett interception. This is so bad.
I'm glad
Wait,
though that this week I do not have to use Sunday ticket to watch the Vikings game.
Why they finally are the thing.
No, because they're playing the Bears.
Oh, so
In
yeah, you
Iowa
will
City,
get
we get the
Bears
Chicago
games.
stuff.
Oh, that's right. All right. Next game, Miami at Buffalo or Miami at New York.
Jeez. Miami should run away with this. Even Zach Wilson might not even play again.
What?
He's
He
questionable right now, I'm pretty sure.
that doesn't he's playing.
He has an ankle thing, I think.
He's playing. He'll
Maybe
play.
all that. Maybe he'll get all the juices flowing from Giselle liking his Instagram post. Who
Was that
knows?
actual real? Was that
I don't
actually
know.
real?
I don't know. I
Oh,
just
I
keep
didn't know that
seeing
was
it.
Zach Wilson. I thought that was the Jets that posted that video. I think that's
Well,
fake.
it's something related to Zach Wilson posted it, and it's probably fake, but it would be hilarious if it was real.
Yeah, no, that
Um,
would be funny.
but yeah, this should be a pretty solid, pretty easy win for the Dolphins, but they might take a step back with Teddy playing, or they might not. Who knows?
I think you're giving the Dolphins way too much credit. I think the Jets could easily win this game.
Yeah, any given Sunday, I guess, but
Yeah, I
I would
just think
still
I think you're
still
I think you're downplaying Tua being out way too much. I know it's Teddy, but
even if Teddy plays, I think the Dolphins cornerbacks carry them because Zach
the,
Wilson still has an interception problem.
okay, but they're the Jets have been susceptible to winning game. Our teams have been susceptible to losing in New York to the Jets the last couple of years. You saw the Titans lose last year, the Bengals lose last year, the Bucks almost lost in New York. This screams one of those games for me at least. High scoring, Jets win this game. I mean, kind of think that's going to happen now. I don't know. All right, next up, Chicago at Minnesota.
Gonna be a tighter game than we all want it to be. It's probably going I say it probably stays within a one score game, whether that be a touchdown or a field goal. It stays within a one score game. Vikings win though.
I don't know if the Bears are going to score a point this game.
They are because they're gonna somehow, some way, Justin Fields is gonna pick apart our shell coverage,
I don't know,
or
Brandon.
Khalil Herbert's gonna rush for like 120 yards.
I think the Bears might get shut out this game. I don't think they'll score. I think that they might score less than 10 points. I don't think they're going to score more than 10 points. The thing is, Brandon, the Vikings, their home versus road defensive like splits is insane. Their defense at home is so good. So good
That is true
compared to the road.
because the Packers they didn't score that much. Road against Philly was not a good
The
game.
Lions, they didn't play great, but they didn't play
No,
horrible either. It wasn't the
but
worst defense performance I've seen.
yes, and
It's the Bears too.
Jared Goff is actually a decent like
They have a good
passer.
offense. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. The Bears offense is so bad. I think they might get shut out.
Do you think we get 4 sacks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Their
so,
offensive line is so bad.
yeah, it is. I could definitely also see Tevin Jenkins potentially getting ejected this game. Because if you
Why is he
remember
a
that,
hothead?
yeah, do you remember that game last year was like Halloween or whatever? Or it
Oh
was
yeah,
like
yeah. I
November
know
or
what you're
whatever,
talking
Monday Night
about.
Football, and he got like five or like no, not five because they be ejected then, but got like two personal foul or unnecessary roughness type of stuff. So
Yeah,
I could definitely see that happening if the Vikings are getting into his head and bullying him. Yeah, that could happen.
yeah. I don't know. It just, ooh, I don't know. I obviously think the Vikings are going to win. I think the Bears are that bad to where it shouldn't be a problem. Next up, we got Tennessee at Washington.
I think Tennessee should take this down pretty easily. Um, it is Brian Robinson's debut, but
Is
I
he
don't know.
playing?
I think they made a hype tape for him, so
I saw that. I did see. I didn't watch it, but I did see it.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's playing, and but yeah, I think the Commanders just aren't that great. They could be better, but they're just not. So yeah, I think Tennessee just defeats them with their run game, and then their defense does enough against Carson Wentz. And
I don't
Jahan
know.
Dotson's out too.
Oh, is he actually?
Yeah, he's out for like 2 weeks.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Maybe that changes what I was gonna say. But Brian Robinson being there, I think this team might have some type of inspiration from that to play. And this could be a sneaky little win for the Commanders. Maybe I think it's gonna be very close game. And now a word from our sponsor.
Hello, my name is Bradley, and I am pursuing my dream to becoming a full-fledged streamer here on Twitch. I play a wide variety of multiplayer and single-player games. Currently, I am a middle school teacher, and I owe it to my students for getting me into streaming. They wanted to watch their teacher play video games, so I began a Twitch channel. Since then, I have begun to grow and meet new people in the gaming community. I want to get my name further out there and grow a community that has a passion for positive and chill gaming. When you enter my channel, you will be greeted with a genuine smile and attitude that is unmatched. I often play with my viewers in a wide variety of games. If you or someone you know enjoys gaming, consider giving my channel, It's Bradley TTV, a look. I thank Certified Beef for partnering and giving me the opportunity to advertise. Their podcast is truly my favorite to listen to. Have a great day.
Aloha and hello there, you Certified Beef listeners. This is the Captain, Captain Coffee speaking, and I just want to take a second to thank my main man Brandon and the entire Certified Beef team for allowing me to talk about Captain Coffee for a second. We are a local coffee company from Maryland, and we strive to not just bring an amazing experience, but an experience unlike anything other, from the moment you buy your bag to your first sip and beyond. We want to bring you an experience unlike anything other, and I hope we can do that for you today. If you like black coffee, flavored coffee, whole bean, dark, whatever you like, we got it. So come check us out at www.captcoffee.com today. And as I like to say, may the brew be with you.
All right, next game. We got Seattle at New Orleans.
This was debatably going to be one of my book it with beef picks too. I think it was either for the over or the Seattle underdog. But then I saw Alvin Kamara is probably going to play. Michael Thomas still isn't, most likely, but I don't think that defense gets it done. Is it still going to Andy Dalton's not bad though, so like I still think the Saints are going to win. And it's in New Orleans, so
Yeah, that I was thinking the same thing. I didn't really look at who was going to play, but those two picks were very tempting. Yeah, definitely tempting. But all right, next up, San Francisco at Carolina.
this is just gonna be an overall bad game, probably.
Yeah,
And now
be
I'm
awful.
debating if I should throw that as my under. Let's see. Let's check the point spread, but it's probably gonna be San Francisco because the Panthers are just that bad.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
That's tough.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be horrible. It's like the 49ers are gonna probably like win this game pretty handily, but I still think there's a chance that they play like shit too.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
think
what
both
it is
teams are
about
probably gonna play like
Carolina.
shit.
I think I something about Carolina just makes teams play awful there. I don't know what it is about that place, but it just produces horrible football
The
games.
problem, their line currently is 39. That's
For
too low.
over under,
For over
that's
under.
way too low. You
That's
can't take
too
that. You
low.
can't take that.
I can't. I'm
You
not
can't
going
take
to.
that.
The lines this
No.
week are so awful because you said that normally the lines are 50, right? For over under, that's what they start at.
Nah, they're normally like 45. I would say
45.
a lot. It has to be like I don't even know if there's like only a couple games that are 50, right? This week.
Yes, let's
Yeah,
see.
there's not very many. Vegas. I know of Las Vegas and Kansas City is one, and I think Cincinnati and Baltimore.
Cincinnati and Baltimore. It's only Kansas City at 51.
They're the only ones that are in 50s. That's what I'm saying. It's not very common. That's in the 50s. It's mostly around 45. That's where like the number starts,
I thought though,
or like is about. It's average. 50 is high. That is very high. Yeah, no, it's normally about 45 is what it normally is. But yeah. All right. Next game, Philadelphia at Arizona.
Philly wins this one.
Yeah.
No,
I think that Arizona, like I almost think this is almost a must win for Arizona. Like I think they need to win this game to like show that they're actually good.
yeah,
Yeah. All
yeah.
right.
It says that most over-unders are set at 51 to start,
Really?
according to the
What is
lines.
the
Where is it?
average? What is the average over under?
Let me see.
That's also a big thing.
Uh, ooh, let's see. Does it say right now? Okay, the last set of data they have is from 2016, so it's a little old, but the average was 45.5. Yeah, you're right. It sticks between like 42 and 45. It's like the averages.
Okay, that's all right. All right. Next up, Dallas at LA Rams.
Rams have been bad. Cooper Rush has been good enough. I think that the
This can be a
Cowboys at least
very good
close to
game.
I think the Cowboys at least keep it close.
Yeah, this can be a very good game. I this is a toss up for me. I don't know who's gonna win this game.
I think probably still
Ne
the Rams though.
yeah, maybe. Next up, Sunday night, Cincinnati versus Baltimore.
I don't know because both these teams have been just awfully hard to read this year. They're both worse than they should be.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just gonna go biased and say the Bengals are gonna win, but this could go either way.
Okay. Based off what you just said earlier about the Ravens, is this a loser leaves town game, you think?
Like that their season is done.
Yeah. You said that if the Ravens lose, so that means if the Bengals lose, do you think it's over for them too?
No.
Okay, so it's not a loser leaves town. But you did say if the
The problem is that the vision is
that was
still way up.
very creepy.
The problem is that division is still way
You
too up for grabs.
froze.
So would you. So
Okay, 1 second. Let me change my wife.
you're about to get kicked.
Be better now. There we go. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. That's gonna be. If you would have said that, I wouldn't have been surprised if you would have said that though. You did seem pretty adamant that you think the Ravens are gonna miss the playoffs if they lose this game.
I think it's a good litmus test. I,
Yeah.
it's
I
a
don't know.
good prove it game.
It's
But like
definitely.
right
I
now,
think
the
it's a prove it
Browns
game
are
for both.
technically in front of the division, and
Yeah,
that's
I
not going
know
to
that.
last. So I think
No.
this is not a loser leave town game. The next meeting definitely could be, but not this one.
Yeah, agreed. All right. End of the week with Las Vegas at Kansas City.
Kansas City routes them, no doubt about it.
I if this was in Las Vegas, this would my thoughts about this game would be way different. Even though I know that they got throttled last year by Kansas City at in Vegas, but yeah, no, this is gonna be a like I was gonna take the over in this game if it was in Vegas, but now I'm like, ugh, gross. I don't even want to touch that game.
But also, Josh Jacobs is having a good season so far. So
Yeah, I don't know. It's just tough. That's it's just tough for me to
yeah,
predict that game. Just because, dude, you have no idea with that. Like I don't even want to like think about it because if that it's either gonna be a good game or bad game. It's there's no in between. Like it's gonna be like a really close game, or it's gonna be just fucking like awful. And yeah, I don't know. All right, next up, or all right, yeah, I guess never mind. Not next up. That we're done with games, so gonna get into book it with beef. All
What?
right, nothing. I didn't say anything.
Looks like you
All
did.
right, book it with beef. How did we do last week, Brandon?
Uh, not great. Not great. 2-3. The Rams were just a huge disappointment at the +2.5 at San Francisco. Not great. Not good. That was one of those loser horns right there. But like the -2 is the thing that got me because I'd just be 2-2 right now and have a 500 week. But
Yeah, no, it's not.
and I was very surprised when Vegas and Denver went over 44.5 points. So that
Way over.
I know I was not expecting that. But otherwise, I did solid because Seattle and Detroit almost each hit the over themselves. So that was an easy hit. And then
Yeah.
Minnesota barely scratched by that -2.5 at
Yeah,
New Orleans.
I told you that in the bank, you got to put that in the bank there.
That was
I
mighty
said they were going to
close.
win by a touchdown, and yeah,
Yeah.
a good thing. I'm so glad it was
Negative two
what
and a
is it
half.
called? Yeah, because if it would have been -3, I'd have been so pissed
Just a
because it would
push.
have just been a
What
wash.
what are we
Yeah,
doing for a push? Do you just like not record anything? It's just it's just
or tie. You could put a tie down, but that's not betting wise. You probably just put nothing then.
yeah, so you just out of 3 or 4 that week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had a very good week. I went 4-1 this week. The Sunday night unders did not continue, unfortunately, because they went way over. The Chiefs almost hit the over under itself. So yeah, way over. So, but very good week for me. I am 8-5.
I am 7-6, 0 for 1 on in the bank picks. My streak
I'm one
of
for one.
my streak of or my connection of 2 dogs in a row ended last week.
Oh,
I know.
my what is there anything that I have hit every week? Nope. I have not hit anything every week. I was undefeated on my unders until
uh,
last week. So all right. Well, might as well get into this week's. What you got for your favorite, Brandon?
my favorite is definitely a toss up in the air. But we went with the Chargers -2.5 at Cleveland.
Oh,
It's
ooh, ooh.
I this you can agree this week is just awful for lines and for
I hated the lines this week.
plus minus all that stuff.
Okay, there was
It's
actually a lot more. I liked a lot more underdogs than I thought this week. I hated the favorites this week. The favorites were
yeah.
rough.
I don't know. This is gonna be a close game. This is gonna be a sweated out game, most likely. I wouldn't mind if the Chargers just destroyed them, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah. My favorite is the 49ers -6.5. The Cardinals can beat them by 10. I think the 49ers can beat the Panthers by 10,
Ooh.
if not more.
Okay.
Plus, the 49ers look really good this week defensively, and the Panthers' offense is just disgusting right now. So, all right, your dog, Brandon.
My dog, we need to get back on the streak. I think uh we could I could be led by a rushing attack. More uh moreover, a Cooper rush attack. We're going Dallas +5 at the Rams. I think Cooper Rush improves to 5-0
Let's ride.
on his career. Uh do you this might be a
Yeah, I'm
stupid
riding
question.
with you.
I know, but this might be a stupid question. Do you think that there might be a quarterback competition when Dak gets back?
No,
Or is Jerry Jones gonna be like, yeah, Dak, you get the job?
there's no competition once Dak's back.
There should be
He
though.
get they're paying them way too much money for there to be a competition is the only
I
problem.
know, but
You don't pay a
still,
quarterback that much not to be your starter.
yeah. Oh well,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I didn't think you were gonna bring that up. I was gonna talk about it. I was like, yeah, I like the Cowboys too. I also have them as my dog, just because they looked good, and I think 5 is kind of a disrespectful number, honestly.
no, I think
And
that's
honestly, I
just
would.
right.
You think 5 plus 5 on the road against the Rams, who have looked horrible, and the Cowboys have looked good 3 weeks in a row?
Yeah, I
Their
do. I don't
defense
know.
too. I don't know. I would sprinkle some on the money line too. Honestly,
Ooh.
I would definitely sprinkle money line in this game.
Mm.
I think that there's a very good chance they win this outright. All right, you're over.
My over for this week is the Sunday night football game. Cincinnati at Baltimore, 48.5. It's one of the higher lines this week. But I don't know. I think both those offenses outweigh both those defenses. And I could see Lamar going for 2 touchdowns and passing for 2 himself. And then Joe Burrow's just got to supply a little bit extra there and the overhit. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm hating realizing that both of our in the banks are unders.
Oh, is it the same
Uh,
under?
I don't know. My over is I. When you started talking about St. Brown, I got nervous, but I had to stick with it. I love watching Lions games, shootouts over. Detroit versus New England, 45.5. That
See,
was
like
good.
that's a nice lower
That was
line.
gonna be my in the bank until you said St. Brown was out. So I was like, can't risk it.
Yeah.
Can't risk it. So yeah, over 45.5. I think that this is gonna be a fucking fun game. So I think it's going over. All right, Brandon, you're under.
So we both know this is our in the banks, right? Like
Yep.
the under is in the bank.
God.
I'm nervous. This is gonna be a sweat out game. I'm not even gonna watch it. I don't think because I got a midterm and we're recording again tomorrow night. So maybe I'll have it on
Oh,
then.
I am
But
not. I am not
you're
involved with
not
this
on
at
the
all.
same train. I am going
No, you're
at Indy at Denver, 42 points. It's straight cash only. Just both these teams have looked awful. Like I don't know, man. Like the defenses are better than the offenses, so I'm hoping that that really does something. Javante is out, so let's see. Melvin Gordon fumbles twice. Matt Ryan fumbles 3 times. We're hitting the under pretty easily.
dude, you're gonna unnecessary. That sad thing about that's gonna be the most unnecessary sweat. You shouldn't have to sweat it at all, and it's gonna be so close.
I have 3 of my 4 unders have involved the Broncos. For the past 3 weeks, my unders have been the Broncos, so it's hit once and it's failed once.
The way you were laughing about it and everything. I think you might regret taking that now. I think you almost
Probably because
the way you're like thinking about it, you were just like,
this is
damn,
either
this
going to
is
be a very low scoring game or it's going to blast the over. I don't think there's much in between there.
um. I actually did change my under just now. Wait, did I? I don't know if I. Oh no, I changed it to my in the bank because I talked myself into it. Chicago versus Minnesota, 44. Just because I talked myself into it that the Bears are gonna score very little points. Like I said, I think they might get shut out. I don't know if the Vikings are gonna put 44 points up on the Bears.
That's a very good over under. Oh, damn it.
That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta think like even if the Bears score 10 points, do you think the Vikings are gonna score 34?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
like Justin Jefferson might also have a career day.
That is true. I hope he does.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, I love it. I hate it. I hate it so much that I love it. Just because I think that I hate it so much, I love it. And I hate it. I looked at it, I hated it so much, and then I went back to it. I'm like, I love it. I love it. Give me the under in that game. just because it's not even because I don't think the Vikings are going to score. Like it's going to be a defensive game. I think it's just because the Bears are that bad, and our defense is so good at home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is gonna be a sweat because this basically
You're-
determines the in the bank determines your whole week.
It can, yeah, it
It
can. It
definitely
definitely
can
can.
because, like I said last week, I
Because
would have been
imagine if you
walking out
go,
even with
imagine
you.
it. Yeah, imagine if you. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Imagine if you go like 1-2 in your other picks, and then you lose your in the bank.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
a
I also
bad
start my
week.
week out with the in the bank, so then everything else would I don't know. Is that better or is that worse?
That's definitely better. It's either a tone setter. It just sets the trend for the
But there's
week.
no such thing as a tone setter though. It just makes you
Tr-
feel good.
trend setter. It's a trend setter. Yeah, no,
That's what
that's
you hope.
the only thing that sucks is the only thing that sucks for you is if yours doesn't hit, we have the same dog. So
We had the same, yeah.
I think that's the
That's
only
true.
is that the only thing that I don't know if that might be one of the only things we've done the same. Actually, no, I think we did one thing the
We did
same
the
so far
Vikings
this
the
year.
same, except you did that
Yeah,
as you're in the bank.
yeah, it's true. And I think we did the Lions week 1 too.
Yeah,
Together.
Lions minus two and a
Or
half at
week 2.
Washington.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I
Let's
don't
just
know.
start throwing in player prop bets too while we're at it.
Oh yeah. Jesus, that's too much for me.
No in the
Um
banks on that, but you're just like, oh yeah, I think Saquon's gonna get over 150 rushing yards. Yeah.
oh Jesus, that's a lot of rushing yards. All right. Well, next up, last thing, kind of just want to talk about the Vikings going into the bye week. Um, just like thoughts, what you expect to happen going into the bye week, week 7.
Well, I think they'll win this week against the Bears. I think we've made that pretty clear. I think if Tua does not play next week, we got a better shot of winning, but I could still see us losing that game because Kirk throws some
Teddy Bridge Teddy Bridgewater revenge game.
but I guess maybe it's not really a revenge game though, because it's not like,
It's still his former team. It's still a revenge game.
but it's not like he had any hard feelings with against the Vikings, or
No,
he
but it's still
showing.
always no matter what, it's always a revenge game when you play your former team.
But I could see us losing that game because there's some unnecessary turnovers. Because that
I
secondary is still
hopefully
good.
it's not hot. Hopefully the heat doesn't have anything to do with it.
It, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think it's fair to say that we go minimum 4-2 into the bye
Oh
at this
yeah,
point,
that's yes.
which is still very good, especially since our schedule does get easier down the stretch. A 4-2 going into the bye is a very good look, I think, for us. If they go 4-2 into the bye, that is literally exactly how I predicted them to start the season. So,
Cool.
if that's the way it goes, then we're
And
looking pretty.
on our bye week, the Packers play the Bills, so that's
Oh,
cool.
that's good.
Because yeah,
That
our
is
bye
good.
week is the 30th, isn't it? I believe so.
Of what? Of October? No,
Yeah.
that's we play the Cardinals that week. It's the week before that.
Oh, then they play the Commanders.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, the
So
Packers got the
no,
Giants, the Jets, the Commanders, and then the Bills.
that's the only thing that's nice though about that is that they do have 3 home games, but one of them is in London. So if
This
they get
isn't the
those three
three.
home
Oh,
games in
it
a row,
is this three straight stretch
yeah,
because
it
they got
is
the
3. Yeah,
Patriots this week, last week.
yeah. So that's a good thing that they split that up a little bit. There's a
Yeah,
lot. I was looking at schedules. There's a shit ton of teams that have 3 straight home games. Okay, the Jaguars have one, but I'm pretty sure one of them is probably going to be in London. The Bucks have one at one point. I saw. There's just like I don't understand why this is a thing now that teams just get 3 straight home games.
Packers
I know the
play
reason why
3 of 4 at home to end the season.
that's crazy because normally
Because
what they do with the Packers is they try to play a lot of their games at home during the first part of the season because of how cold it gets.
they
I know that's
play
what they do.
the
The
Rams at
Rams,
home, and then they go to Miami on Christmas. Then they play the
then
Vikings
they
at
play
home,
Vikings, and
and
then the
then end with the
Lions.
Lions at home.
that is not a fun stretch for them. I know that a lot of them is at home, but if the Rams pick it together, that is going to be a
The
rough
Dolphins
stretch of
stay
games for us.
good.
Yeah,
The
that's going to be a
Vikings stay
tough stretch
good.
to finish
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to this week. Just it just needs to be a good week.
I need a good
Last
Monday.
week was stressful. It was good Monday this week. I just don't want it to be stressed out. Like I should have been. I should not have been stressed out against Andy Dalton, and I
But you
was.
were.
Yeah, I was. Um, but this week it's Justin Fields, so I should not be scared at all.
If we lose, Ed Donatel gotta be fired.
Oh, I agree. That
Yeah.
it's just like how like looking at the teams that the Bears have played, it's like how do we lose? Like look at the teams they beat. Like the 49ers, I guess, are better than now. But they Packers, Bears, and Texans. They haven't played anyone that good. Or they played the Packers and they got thwomped. So yeah, I don't know. Should be pretty easy. Either way, next week is going to be tough. The Dolphins will be a tough game no matter what. I
Probably.
don't know. If we win the Dolphins game, that is like huge. Huge. 5-1 into the bye. Just then we get a home game right after the bye, too. Huge. Huge momentum swing. I think
Yeah.
I think that is like one of the biggest games of the season for the Vikings. Is that game. Not that if they lose that game, it's gonna be a downfall for the season, but I think that that game could put us in a stretch to where we could go on a huge, like not a win streak, because I think we're going to lose to the Bills 3 weeks after the bye. But I think it's a stretch to where we could go. We could win that game, win at home against Carolina or Arizona, at Washington, we win, lose at Buffalo, and then we win 3 straight home games.
Oh yeah, we do
And
got
then,
3 straight home games. Damn.
yeah, those are actual home games too. We actually have that. That's nice. Which we've never had before. I know that for a fact. So that's what I'm saying. We could go on if we win these next 2 games. Go on. We could go on a little heater here.
I could see us
Little
losing though 3 in a row, honestly.
where?
The Bills, the Cowboys, and the Patriots. If Mac Jones is back, I think it's prime time on Thanksgiving against the Patriots. The Cowboys, we lost Cooper Rush last year, so I don't know why anything else would change. Their defense is still
Yeah,
good.
that is a tough game now.
And then the
Yeah.
Bills are the Bills, and they're better than us. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I'm just saying. I think the one reason why, like, I think if we win the Dolphins game and we go a little streaky in a little bit, because that'd be 4 in a row if we win against Bears and the Dolphins, win against Arizona and the
Commanders.
football or Commanders. That's 6 in a row.
Yep.
We're getting a little hot. If we lose to the Bills, come back home, 3-game stretch there. That's come back home after a loss to the Bills is so perfect. Get a little hot there. Get a little hot 3-game win streak. I don't know who we play after that. Who do we play after the 3-game win
The
streak?
Jets at home.
And wait, the 3-game homestand? I thought it was the Cowboys.
It's the
Wait,
Cowboys, Patriots, Jets. Then we go to the Lions and
That's
Colts.
right, Lions. We play at home against Colts.
No, oh yeah.
We go at Lions, home Colts, home Giants,
Road Packers, road Bears.
road. Yeah. I don't know. If we going into those last 3 road games fucking suck. All divisional games. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, and it's gonna be Soldier Field in the wintertime. And that's not good because
It's fucking the Bears, though. I don't give a shit how like we play in Soldier. This Bears team is that fucking bad.
I'm saying it's gonna be more the facility itself taking us down than the Bears. Like
You
I could
think we're
see
gonna lose that game?
no. But if we did, I could see the snow and the turf of Soldier Field messing with Greg Joseph.
I don't think Greg Joseph is even gonna have to be a factor in that game.
Let's
He
hope
shouldn't
not.
have to.
Let's hope not.
The Bears are that bad. Like I think you are literally underplaying how bad the Bears are.
I might be. I don't know. The Bears make
I
me
think
nervous
this week will
sometimes.
show you how. Yeah, but I think this week will show you how bad the Bears really are. With the literally the stats you're talking about the Bears with Justin
Yeah,
Fields, it should just like I like the fact that you think they're gonna lose. They might lose or win by a field goal. The Vikings is just crazy to me. Like I know it
so I
is
feel
the
like we're gonna
Bears.
play down to them.
Do you know how bad we would have to play?
Very
You
bad,
know,
but I could definitely
I
see
think
it
we could beat
happening.
them with our C game.
Hmm. I don't know. I do hope that Cook is on a snap count this week, though, just so he can get
Why
healthy for next week.
Miami? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, or
but
just sit them. Just kidding. Don't see that. I don't have anyone in Dynasty.
don't sit him unless we get a big lead.
If we go up, just sit them. I don't give a fuck then. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I don't have anything else for us, Brandon.
I don't think I do either. Honestly,
All right.
cool.
Well, that was it for the beef takeover this week.
Is this happening again next week, or do I need to get the recaps
I
ready?
mean, no, I don't know. I kind of like. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like previewing more than recapping a little bit
I think I do too, because
because, like,
we rely on stats pretty heavily when we do recaps,
yeah,
and we don't watch
and
most of them.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like, that's why previewing you kind of just get. Plus, like we could go more into depth in the previews because, like, I was kind of just doing like a little that quick seer segment was just like, just I don't know,
Not very
thinking,
quick,
talking. Well, no, but I mean, it was just more like what do you think after the first 4 weeks? Like, that's not something you would do every week, obviously.
right?
But panic button could be something we do every week too. I can come up with that.
Maybe this is an every other week
Yeah,
segment.
yeah, we'll see. This might be yeah, we'll see. Might have to change it up a little bit, but I don't know. That was fun.
I realize we gotta do another Jersey rant or whatever it is sometime soon. There's been some jerseys that have came out that need our opinions on it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know, like the Timberwolves new alternate stuff like that. Stuff like that.
All right. Well, that will have to come another time.
Oh yeah.
But that's gonna do it for us here at Certified Beef. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
See you later.
I'm